Hey team, I have been working through this challenge today, the 4-card feature section challenge. I have that right over here. It's looking pretty shiny. If we bring up our responsive tools, you can see that as we get smaller, it collapses to a very interesting pattern. And this is something that I think a lot of people might actually miss when they're doing this because they don't have access to the Figma file. So right here over in the Figma file, you can see that we have that desktop view where it is a diamond shape and it goes from the teal to the red to the yellow to the blue, right? And then over on the mobile, it's teal, red, yellow, blue. That's all good, right? That's easy to see. But then in the middle, we have this different shape. So here we have these, the center two are stacked on top of each other. But for mobile, the center two are beside each other. And that can create some havoc when we're trying to create this layout. Okay. Might be easier to see if I turned off the grids. There we go. So in order to get this done, we really should use CSS Grid. And the question becomes, how? So that's what I want to focus on today. And in order to see that, I want to recreate these as Ascii art. Okay. So right over here, inside of my code, I have this. This is AsciiFlow.com, and it allows you to draw really cool boxes and play around with them and type stuff. You can even delete it if you need to. And I want to show you this layout. Now right here, oh, it's not, there it is. Sometimes it doesn't let me zoom in well. There it is. Okay. So we have this layout, and this is the grid that we're going to create. So on our large size, we're going to have this layout, this grid. Okay. And then on our medium size, it's going to look a little bit like this. And on our small size, it's going to be right here. So if I start typing, I'll have grid area A, grid area, B, grid area C, and D. I mean, that's pretty clear cut, right? That's pretty easy. But then we have these items over here, okay? And this is where it gets a little bit weird, for lack of a better term, okay? We have these 3 areas and 4 going top to bottom. So again, to review, this should actually take up all of this area, okay? It should take up the whole column, really. But if we can imagine 4 rows right here, then this takes up the center 2 rows. This takes up these 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows. So it starts to look a little bit like this. We have A, right here is B, then C, and here, D and D. And just to keep these straight in our minds, we're going to add a dot, because when we set this up, you will see that dot come into play, okay? So the dots are empty space. And in fact, we're going to have those dots here as well. So here's that dot, the dot, the dot, and the dot. But now what we do is we kind of flip it on its head. So whereas we had A here, now A here, and B here, C, D. And the reason that we do this, okay, it feels very complicated until we actually see it in practice. And the reason that we do it is because it's going to let us control all of our widths, okay? We want to have just really good control over the width of these cells so that everything is in lockstep, okay? So that brings us to our code, okay? And I've already done a lot of this. I have a to-do in here ready to go. I have my other code over here, and we have our cards. Now, cards is where we're going to add that class of grid. Could we call it anything else? Absolutely, we could. Okay, but we're going to do that. that's going to allow us to do this. Because we've saved, we can already go and see what we're up against. So I'm making this really wide, and if I refresh, well, it gets ugly in a hurry. But we're about to fix this, so don't worry. Okay, this is where we want to be. In fact, if we add a little bit of space, that would be our responsive view, our small view, wouldn't it? So over here. Now, before we get started, one thing that I like to do, okay, especially since we already have it, is if you go back to Ascii Flow, okay, you're going to be able to export this. There's this handy little download link, okay? You can wrap it in comments, so just like this for some sort of multi-line thing. If you were doing other styles, you can totally do it that way too, like whatever you want, right? If you want to keep it nice and basic, I kind of like that. It looks a little bit nicer. I don't know where my text is going. Is that something to do with this? Seems to be. It looks like it might actually be deleting my text on this one. It didn't used to, but let's give it a try here. So copy to clipboard. Excellent. And back here, instead of this comment, we can paste it in. And it totally did. It totally deleted that comment. So if we wanted to, we could go and recreate that. Kind of annoying. Let's go see what we got. Whoops. Jumping around. Please don't do that. Close. So A, B, B, C. Okay. We have a dot. Everything's moving around. I'll do it later. Okay. But you can. And we're going to recreate these grids down below. So let's go do that now. Grid. Okay. Because that's where we're operating. Now, our size should be 100% of the container. So here's inline size, 100%. Brilliant. Okay. From there, we display grid, right? Because that's what we're doing. And because it's grid, we're going to add our gap, just like this. Okay. That gap is going to be 32 pixels, I believe. So space 400. Sorry. Space 400 is my 32 pixels, 4 times 8, right? And from here, we can add our first grid, which is this one. Technically, we're going to put it in a media query, but let's just get this right first, okay? So grid template columns. We have 3 of them, right? 1, 2, 3. So whoops, that's 3. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see it, okay? And inside of there, each one is going to be 1 fractional width. So if I save this, I should be able to see something over here, okay? And I do. This is not what we're going for, but we can already see those widths coming into shape, okay? Everything has the exact same width, which is excellent. So let's go make it better. Right here, I'm going to go grid template areas. And areas is a little bit weird, right? Where we declare each of our rows in brackets. So technically we have 4 of them. There's going to be here and right here, right. Whoops, I'm jumping around. There it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the first one, if we go back here, since I have this, okay, it's going to be dot B dot. So we actually type that dot B dot. Okay. And then we go to the next one and it's going to be A, B, D. Okay. So we type A, B, D. And then, whoops, going over, continuing on, A, C, D, right? And the last one is going to be dot C dot. Now, if I've done this, we aren't going to see anything yet, okay? Because we haven't actually shown anything, okay? We haven't told it where those things should go, okay? So we need to go and do that right now. Right here, we go nth child. It's going to be the first. Could I have used first child? Absolutely, okay? But for our purposes, this is what we need. This is what we'll use, okay? And we go grid area of A. Excellent, okay? Go and grab that, do it 3 more times. So this is going to be 2, this is going to be B. Don't do that. 3 and C. It keeps wanting to bring up the autocomplete. 4 is D. Okay. And now we've done the work. Let's go take a look. There it is. Okay. So we've done that first shape. We've made it work, and we've told it that A should go here, right? Which is, if we visualize this, we can also do something like this. Let's go space it out just so it's nice and neat. There it is. Okay. We have B going in the center and C going in the center, and then A on the side and D on the side. And that's exactly what we've done here. Okay. I don't know if this will do its thing. Oh, it's handy. Okay. Prettier didn't mess it up, but there we are. That's our first one. So now we need to do the second one. So let's wrap this up. Okay. I'm going to put it in a grid, and we'll go at media, in curly brackets, not in a grid, at media. And we're going to set min width to, let's make it something huge. Okay. Let's just make it like 3000 for the second. Okay. Just so that it is out of the way. This should all reformat. That's fine. And we are back to normal because, well, we aren't. It's kind of jumping around. It's doing stuff, but that's okay. We can go and grab all the same stuff, or we can just retype it really fast. So grid template columns, this is going to be our second set. So this is 4, right? It's 4 columns this time. So here we go. We're repeating 4. It's 1FR. Brilliant. Okay. Grid template areas, and we do the thing again. So quotes. For this one, we have, in this case, if we jump back, it is .aa dot. Okay. So .a, too many spaces, missing the keys. Okay. But there it is. This one is BBCC. And one more time, dot space D space dot. Okay. Just like that. Let's go check it out. We go over here, jumping back, refreshing. And now we have our second layout. Okay. Which just leaves us with the final layout. Okay. If we could do that responsively, we would. Right now, we are just going to wrap it up so that we can keep moving, and then we will fix the responsive stuff in a hot second. Okay. So media, my thing doing stuff, but here we go. Okay. Min width is, let's say 2000 this time. Okay. Just to get out of the way. Save it. One more time. Grid template columns. This time it is 1FR. Okay. There is no repeating. It is a single column. We're only doing this so that we can get the gaps. Okay. So that we hold on to those gaps. So right here. And then of course, grid template areas is space, 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 space. Okay. We have 4 sets this time because there's 4 rows, right? Just like down here, we had 4 rows. We also have 4 rows for our small view, but 1 letter each. So A goes here, B into the second one, C into the third one, and D for the last one. And at that point, now we are back here, and it looks pretty good when we're at this size. This is where we want to be for our mobile view. So everything is looking really sharp. We just need to adjust our media queries. So let's make this one 700 instead. 700 feels like the right number for that based on my testing. And this one will be 1000. Okay. That one is based off of our max width, which when I did this, I set it to 1114. Okay. I got that from the Figma file. So moment of truth. Let's go back. Okay. We've set up everything to be controlled. Basically, we're controlling everything through grid template areas. We're changing that. We did change some of the columns just to make sure that they line up, but we haven't changed our grid. We haven't turned grid off, and we haven't moved these children around in any weird way. Okay? Everything is being controlled by the parent, which is awesome. Moment of truth. Refresh. Let's make it bigger right around here. Oh, look, it's already happening. We already have that second view. We go bigger again and third view. Okay. So from mobile to medium to large. Okay. From small to medium to large, mobile, desktop, whatever you're going to call them, that's what they are. Okay. And we did that with CSS Grid. So bringing this one home, it's a nice short one today. Let's review really fast. We had everything already ready, okay? We already had our cards, and inside of there is individual cards, right? That makes sense. They each all have a class of card. Didn't really focus on that today, but we added this grid class, okay? Could we name it anything else? Could we name it something like 4up? Yeah, I guess we could. Maybe 4up. I don't know what you want to do there, but right here, 4-up, and it should work exactly the same. It doesn't because, what did I do? Is there a dash? I probably did something. What did I miss? Oh, I'm breaking it. Let's go back, okay? Whoops, jumping around. Changing this one. Oh, you know what? I didn't save it, did I? Save this one, go forward, save this one, save all the files, refresh. Now it works. I forgot to save the markup file. That's me jumping around during the conclusion. But we set up our class, and then inside of there, we set up our grid. And with our grid, we used grid template areas to control where everything goes. Okay. So we had those 4 children. We told them which grid area we wanted them to be in. And then we changed the grid itself. Okay. We didn't change the children. We only changed the nature of the grid, which makes it really, really powerful for stuff like this. I love using grid template areas. Do you? That's the big question. Okay. We did it, and we did all 3 of those layouts very simply, very easily, very quickly, and it all just works. Did something surprise you about that? Is this the first time that you've seen that? Are you an old pro when doing this? I want to hear your thoughts about what you think about this layout. Hit me up in the comments, like, subscribe, and please, I will see you in the next one.